Hey, my name is Patrick Hancock, and I'm here to explore games on the website itch.io. Tons of games are uploaded to this site all the time, many of them free. Are they all great? No, not really, but a handful of them are, so let's see what we can find. 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab, yes, that is the actual title, has players stepping into the role of Mr. Krabs earlier in the morning at the Krusty Krab when the hash-slinging slasher shows up and tries to, I guess, kill Mr. Krabs? I don't know, if you get caught by this guy at any point, the crunching noises that it makes implies to me that he's not just slinging and slashing, he is, like, crunching at Mr. Krabs. That's quite the image. But anyway, it's one of those avoid the spooky guy games. When the lights flicker, you can't move, you gotta hide, you gotta complete objectives in the interim. It's nothing new, but the Spongebob setting with the horror genre is just something I could not pass up. And ultimately, it's a free experience. It even has DLC. I didn't play it, but 3:30 a.m. at Floater Cemetery is the name of the DLC. It even has like an endless mode. There's a lot of love, I think, put into this. And for a short little burst of horror, there are definitely worse ways to go than 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab. Routine Feat is a game that I could not finish, and it's not because it's a bad game. And I think actually the point is that people like me just couldn't finish. Routine Feat puts you in the shoes of someone trying to write a book, but also getting through his daily routine every day of eating, going to work, making money, and then coming back and going to sleep. There's definitely some extra things in there. For example, you dream, and you get to experience the dream. But the routine just beat me, I think. I couldn't see it. I saw that this could be a long-term thing, and I just hit the quit button. And I think the game kind of wants you to. But I also think that there's something for you if you don't. And for those who are stronger than me, maybe you'll experience that, but I couldn't. There's some finicky, 3D moving things. I got stuck a few times, and if you walk diagonally, you walk faster. Small, dumb things like that. But if you can overlook that stuff, and if you can take that kind of routine in a video game, I think there's an interesting message here. I don't know what is at the end of the tunnel, but again, I think that's kind of the point. I'm glad that my routine every day is something unique. This last game is called And All Would Cry Beware. It is touted as a first-person shooter / Metroidvania, and I like to describe it as Half-Life meets the real Texas. Now, unfortunately, many people don't know the real Texas, which is a crime against humanity. Go play The Real Texas by Calvin French. It's an amazing indie game. You gotta check it out if you haven't already. Anyway, this game with its, low poly, colorful visuals, and old school FPS feel kind of goes right for my heartstrings. I love that idea. Unfortunately, it's $10 for what took me about 36 minutes to beat. Now, I enjoyed most of those 36 minutes, but $10 is a hard sell no matter who you are. If this was $1 or pay what you want or just a few bucks, absolutely, I would recommend it. It feels good, better than most Unity first-person games, that's for sure. It's interesting. It's got an interesting plot that's kind of doled out through these little journals that you find. That's nothing new, but it's interesting enough, and it culminates at the end, kind of as you expect in an interesting way, and it kept my interest the whole time. Now, it starts off a little slow, which is a crime considering the game's length overall. If this were like a 5 or 6 hour title, I think I'd love it. But the fact of the matter is, it's just too short, especially for the price. I hope that this guy does something more with this kind of stuff, because I really enjoyed what's here. I just can't recommend paying $10 for it. But if it ever goes on sale or to pay what you want, absolutely scoop it up, because it is enjoyable the whole way through.